you have your child, this precious human being that's been entrusted to you, and you love them and you think they're wonderful, but you're like, but what if they're flawed? But
Hmm.
what if they don't see well? And really, what if they don't see well? That's okay. Nothing happens. There's like, if the child is perfect anyway. It's like there's no problem, right? And you want them to improve, but you have to like help them improve from a place where you know there's no problem.
Hmm. Hmm.
You know there's not. You know there's nothing flawed, and it's kind of a tricky thing, but in a way, I think it's something that all parents feel, or most parents feel, that their children are wonderful, but they're just worried about the part that's maybe not da 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 da, and then they magnify the part that's not wonderful. But maybe we can, magnify the parts that's wonderful and just work on the or play on the parts that needs, improvement or that want improvement.
Hmm.
So this is one of the things that parents often come with this worry, with this
Concern. Yeah.
preoccupation, with this
Hmm.
concern that makes them look at their child with critical eyes,
Hmm.
and that's not good for the process.
Hmm. And that's not good for the process, not just for eyesight. I mean, we're talking here about eyesight because this is the topic, but it's actually a good shift of frame that will work, that will, yeah, do good for your kid also in other areas. Mhm.
Yeah, I think so too.
So, may I mention a few things that are popping up in the chat?
Please.
So Diana again is mentioning strabismus appeared when uh, my eye left began. Okay, strabismus in my eye left began when I was 8 years old during my second year of primary school. My grandfather had died under unexplained circumstances, and I had been wearing glasses since. And then at 52, I learned about Ainhoa's course, and then I understood why my vision symptoms were so. And yeah, and natural vision improvement and the ClearSight method works because we go back to our childhood state of play. Great. And I know Diana has improved her eyesight a lot. Thanks for sharing. Hitendra, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right, says, I taught my daughter a lot by playing maths, English, and all subjects because when I told her revise your timetable, she got a lot wrong and she didn't enjoy it. But afterwards, I decided to play maths, and I'm sure that that worked a lot better. And there's a couple more comments that I think you will love. So Erika is saying, maybe as parents, we can embrace our own inner child as we're playing with our children. Yeah. And Freddie is saying, how do we make eye exercises play for children and adults? So maybe you want to take it
I'm
from
gonna I'm gonna take that one. That one's great. How can we make eye exercises play? Um, well, first of all, for children, there's not such a distinction between play and things that are useful. I mean, if you've seen like your 3-year-old with the broom sweeping the floor, you're like, oh, wonderful, she'll be cleaning the house forever. No, she's just playing. So it's very easy to get children to play at anything. And actually, one of the inspirations for my first book, I See Clearly, bing, was the stories that Bates tells about children who come to the clinic. He teaches them the same eye drills that he teaches adults, which is, look at the chart, look at one letter, then the other, la la la, just um, palm, whatever. And then the children take it and they teach it to their friends as a game. They're just like, hey, we're gonna play now at eye improvements. And children just take anything and turn it into play because that's how they're practicing, being part of society. That's what they're learning now, and they're just practicing it. So actually, it's not so hard to make anything into play for children because they're ready to play. You're like, okay, let's pretend now that we can see the numbers on the board, and they'll pretend. It's not a problem for them. But also in the book, I explain as I go through the principles, I explain which games. I mean, our society is very highly visual, so most children's games have very strong, very good, very helpful visual components to them. So actually, all you need to know as a parent is to know and recognize these things, and then you can just see where they already exist in your children's play life, and you can just you know give them a little encouragement to play these games. For instance, one of the games that I love is color hunting, and kids love it and adults love it, and it's great for your eyes. Whoever wears glasses takes off their glasses, and we declare a color. Let's say blue, and we just like look for everything blue, and you can point at it and shout blue, 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 and you can just see how when you declare blue and decide that you're color hunting, you see that blue things just like pop up from everywhere. And if you do it walking around outside, then there's the world just like becomes full of blue things. But if you declare red, you'll see it's full of red things, and that's just a great way to play. Or I Spy. It's a children's game. It's a normal children's game that everybody plays in the car or whatever.
Mhm.
Uh, and it's a great visual game because it makes you find something or look for details. So just understanding the principles of natural vision, you can notice how these principles exist in your child's play life, and just give them a little encouragement. So actually, it's easy, and adults can do it too. There's nothing in the book that's like up until a certain age, and you can't do it. I mean, you can play your way to better eyesight at any age.
Freddie's asking, can you describe how you outline the clouds to make it fun?
It's already fun. I'm just like, oh, look, there's a dinosaur in the cloud. Can you see it? Let's just like draw a circle around it. Oh, look, there's a bunny. Can you see the bunny? Can you see its feet? Can you see its head? Can you see its tail? Oh, look, right by its tail, there's a banana, a cloud shaped as a banana. That's weird. I mean,
Ta-da!
how can you not make that fun?
Yeah. Seeing hearts and faces and animals and
I have
shapes.
actually my mom, who's probably watching us right now from Israel, likes to sit by her window every afternoon and watch what she calls the zoo. So she
Ah,
takes off her glasses and she's like, "There's a cloud zoo every afternoon that I can see from my window." And she looks at what animals there are, like the holes between the animals, and I don't know if she actually traces them, but just looking at these animals and the different parts is like a great way of relaxing the eyes, looking at a distance, which is the relaxed position of our eyes, and looking at details, finding the animals, finding these forms.